Hello everyone, it's Candace with C Squared Artistry, and today I want to share with you guys a cute tutorial on how to apply your makeup in under 5 minutes. And this is not a super hard thing to do, to be honest, even if you're not very familiar with applying makeup or doing it regularly. The way I'm going to show you how to do it today is going to be very quick and simple. Especially during the summertime, you know it's hot, you have a lot of things to do, you're probably sometimes dripping and running if you're anything like me. You want something quick and easy to do, but you want your makeup to look flawless. You want to look like you've taken the time to get ready. That's how you should prepare yourself to leave the house. Whether you're going on a date or going out to a meeting or just running errands, looking your best is extremely important because it communicates a lot about who you are, and it communicates a lot about the way that you value yourself. And with C Squared Artistry, we're here to multiply courage and confidence in your life. So the look I will show you is very quick and easy to do. And like I said, it can be done in under 5 minutes. So of course that is with the expectation that when you're getting ready that your stuff is already out and that you're not having to fumble through your makeup bag to figure out if you have this or have that, but really something that's simple and that can be done by anybody. Okay, so if you're interested in seeing this look, keep watching. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing you want to do is, of course, wash your face in the morning, put on a good moisturizer. Even if you have oily skin, you want to make sure that you moisturize the skin because it still needs to be hydrated. Especially during the summertime, it's really important to wear some type of SPF. So the one that I've been using lately is an SPF by L'Oreal, and it's called Sublime, and it has an SPF of over 50. So the first thing you want to do is to go ahead and put that on, and you only need about a dime size. And then the next thing that I typically like to do, I love to go ahead and start with my brows. Eyebrows are very, very important to shaping your face. So I use a brow powder. You can buy it from CVS. There are tons of different brands. And I use an angled brush. And just sort of kind of start filling in your brows. And some ladies, you don't need to fill in the brows. Your brows look great and they're natural and they look awesome. Or you can use a pencil. And you want to be sure to specifically use an eyebrow pencil. Not an eyeliner, not a lip liner, but a pencil that is for the eyebrows, so that it looks a little bit more natural. Eyebrow pencils are a lot more thin and the color is not as pigmented. So you want to do that. So once you put your brows on, I like to go ahead and move on to my lips. So I'm using a lip conditioner by MAC, and it's a great, great product. I love it. It has jojoba oil in it, almond oil. So I put a little bit of that on. That way it can really start to penetrate the lip while I'm doing the rest of the makeup. Concealer is not an everyday thing for me, but I do have a little bit of a dark area of a shadow underneath my eyes. So just going to go ahead and put a little concealer there. And yes, you may look like a football player for a little bit, but that's okay. So the concealer that I used is a mineralized concealer by MAC. I love it because it has sheer to medium coverage. It gives me about sheer to medium coverage. And the good thing about it is that it's nice and creamy. So if you tend to have drier under eye area, this is a great option for you. So that's the mineralized concealer by MAC. And I've just kind of dabbed it. And I'm using a foundation brush. It's a travel size foundation brush by Royal and Langnickel. It's a really great company. They sell great brushes. So that's what I like there. Typically also you can put a little bit of concealer around the nose and underneath the chin and anywhere else that you may have a blemish or two. I had a little pimple there earlier, one that's kind of trying to come up on this side, and then again just go back over and just dab because you want the color to stay, so you really just want to kind of dab with your brush that color in. And of course, when you're doing your own makeup, you're not going to be talking through it. So, please be advised this video is longer than 5 minutes, as you've already probably realized. But when you're doing your makeup yourself, this should take less than 5 minutes. Okay? So once you put on your concealer, very basic steps again is to use a powder. I am using the Mineralized Skin Finish Powder by MAC in dark. And it's a very lightweight powder. And it gives me very sheer coverage. I'm just kind of brushing it on. You can see there at something like this, it doesn't take a lot of blending, so it's not like you really need to spend a lot of time blending and brushing it on. That's one of the really great things about using a powder as opposed to a cream or a liquid, is it doesn't take a lot of time to apply it. So especially in the morning time, and like I was saying in the summertime, you don't have to worry about getting out a foundation brush to blend it in, or blending brush. You just use the powder, and it's good because it helps to absorb oil throughout the day. So I oftentimes, if I want to make sure I don't get oily, I use this just kind of to dab my T-zone area. Okay, so once you put that on, then you can move on to your blush. This is one of my favorite blushes. It was a limited edition product by MAC in Vintage Grape. And but even though MAC doesn't have this in the stores anymore, the color is really what I gravitate towards. And MAC actually does have a similar color like this out now called Evening Stroll, but it's in a cream version of a blush, and you can use it as a lip gloss or as a blush. So that's a great product. So if you're still in the market for finding a very nice blush for the summertime, check that out. It's called Evening Stroll. But I just kind of swirl it around like this. Okay, and then you're going to apply it starting right at the temple area and just kind of dab downward and make like a little C. And that's really where you want to concentrate your color. So, and then you just want to blend out in here. So remember that the first place that you apply the color is where it's going to have the most pigment. So you want to make sure that you concentrate it right at that temple area and then just gently blend it out to the cheekbone. Okay? But it's a great color. So purples, oranges, and even for my dark skinned ladies, I know that when I first saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know about this. It's purple. Like, what am I going to do with that? But to be honest, it's one of the greatest colors that I've found to apply for blush, especially having darker skin, because it actually shows up. And it shows up subtly, but you can still tell that you have blush on, So I like that one a lot. Okay, so our blush is on. The next step is I like to do my lids. I use a little bit of concealer sometimes to set and prep my lids. And I go back again with that same sort of foundation brush and just kind of blend it in like so. So that's a great way to kind of prep your eyelids. And all we're doing with that is it's neutralizing the lid color. It doesn't really help to keep the color on or the eyeshadow on much longer throughout the day per se, but it does sometimes help to neutralize the color, especially if you tend to have darker eyelid area. Okay, the color I'm going to use today is Saddle by MAC, and this is just the palette size, so you can put it in a palette if you want to, or you can have it as an individual. I keep all these kind of in palettes and stuff. I wanted to show you this one. So, again, I'm using one of my small travel brushes by Royal & Langnickel. This one actually has two sides on it, so it has an angled side and a blending side. And you don't necessarily have to use saddle per se, but for a very quick look, you want something that you're not going to have to be concerned about blending the colors in. We're just using one shadow color today. And just simply want to tap it right onto the lid. And then you can kind of brush it back and forth. Just a little bit of color to warm it up. But it's definitely not about, having some tremendously beautiful eyeshadow look. It's just something very simple. Okay? If you do want to kind of spice up your eye with some color, you can use a colored eyeliner. This one is by NYX, NYX, and I'm trying to remember the shade. Seafoam Green is the color. So using a colored liner is a great way to jazz up your eye without having to do a shadow. And I typically just kind of put it, you can apply it right at the lower lash line. And I like to bring it right in here. And look at that. Isn't that amazing? And just gently pull your eye down here. And again, I'm going right over the lash line and into the inner corner of my eye. Okay? Mascara is always a must. This is Hot and Naughty by MAC. It's a great mascara to just add a little bit of volume. You do that. Do your bottom lashes. Top lashes again. Okay? And then last but not least are the lips. So remember, we conditioned the lips with a little bit of the lip conditioner. The next step is to add a little bit of gloss. I'm using a Cream Sheen lip gloss by MAC. It's called Boy Bait. It's a great color. It's so neutral. It's nice and sheer, but it's just a great way to add color to your lips without having to go overboard. Okay? And that's it. That is the final look. So I hope you all enjoyed watching this tutorial. Again, it should take you less than 5 minutes to do this in the morning if you're not talking to yourself or to a video like I am right now. But please comment below if you like this video or if you want to see similar videos or something different. I'd love to hear from you guys. Have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.